It's off to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho, oh, 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 what is with the Barnet Fair? Now, just stop. Just stop. Can we just have, yes, now, there's method in my madness. You can use that. Those of you questioning why I was wearing my crameur on my bonce yesterday are now getting an understanding of why I would do such a thing. That isn't good. I wouldn't expect you to look at that. But the girlfriend isn't here. Now, I tried. I even went online and tried to get the patterns. It's not easy. Everything is not lost. There you go. Well, there you go. This is why. This is my point. This is the point I was making. I've got to see the barber. And I want to get my hair cut the day before her birthday. It's her birthday on the 3rd. I'm going to the provinces. I'll put a nice whistle on. I'll get my hair cut. When I get my hair cut, he gets the old razor blade out and puts like a 6mm part in. Lovely. And when it's first done, for a couple of days, it's quite nice. Well, it looks presentable. It looks like you've had your hair cut. But I should have done it before she arrived this time, which is what I usually do. But my hairdresser weren't there, and no one else can quite manage to do the magic he can do with the little he has to work with. So then she came, and now it's like time. So I just said to her, fuck it, I'll get it done. So I will get my hair cut. What day is this today? Oh, tomorrow. Or today. Shit, I've only got a day and a half to myself. There will be 2 streams today, though, which will be wonderful. I've missed streaming twice a day. I absolutely love it. So I thought you'd appreciate that. Yeah, I have to wake up and look at that. But I didn't do anything. Obviously I could have just brushed that back, but I thought it would be better, more humorous, interestingly, more humble to show you at my worst. Because that's all right. The internet is full of people trying to be what they're not. And no, that's what I look like when I wake up. So that's it. Got a cracking show for you. 1, 2, 3 tips for you. Got some funny things to talk about. There's been some happening, and I do believe we are witnessing the rise of the normies, and for obvious reasons. But nah, man, don't do that. I'm being given a warning here. Is anyone get any buffering? Gaffney said it looks quite cool. Well, I'll take that. Very kind of you, Schrodinger. Hello, what's the name? How are you, son? Hello, Emma. Good to see you. Baz. Mark, I still ain't put that. Now I've got a bit of time. When the missus is here, with work, streaming, I get no creative stuff done. Do you know what I mean? I can justify working, I can justify streaming to her, but I can't write when she's here anyway. Like I said yesterday, I need about 5 hours of doing nothing before I can even start writing. And I do all my best work, which is all the work I do. So it's also my worst work, starting at about 3 a.m. I don't know why. It's just the way it's turned out. Hello, LC350. How are you? Something for the weekend, Barang? Good work. Yeah, I don't get anything like that done, but I will do, Mark. I appreciate you put that music together, and I certainly need it. You did have a bit of bufferage. Well, the warning's gone now, so we should be all right. Homer talk is here. Can't sleep, so here we are. I know the feeling. Palmer quite likes messy hair. The messy hair. Good Lord. Nice one, John. I appreciate that. Morning, Otto. But people, it is a bit cold here. Now, I know that, look, hello, John. You're right. I know when I say it's a bit cold and then I tell you it's 28, you're going to be like, very funny. But it is because I'm not used to it. My body over the years, what is it, over 3 now, has adapted to a different environment. And this is a real thing that happens. I've looked into it. Trust the science. Trust the science. The science is incredible, isn't it? The capital T in front of science kind of negates everything that science is about. The science. Yeah, don't know about that. Don't know if that works. But yeah, so when it goes down to 28, that's why I've got the scarf on. Really, I was getting goosebumps earlier. Ooh. And my missus got a report on one of her Asian apps that no one else uses in the world, called something like "Look at Me, Ga." Not joking. They reckon it's going to go down to 15 here, which is something like a 200-year record. And I'm not looking forward to that. And I'll tell you why. The only schmutter I've got to cope with 15 is a whistle, which is fine. It'd be lovely to stick a whistle on. Put a whistle on, get, cravat or tie, nice. But there's, if it rains and you got a whistle on, it's dramas, because then you've got to get it dry clean. Dry cleaning damages suits. You don't need to do it. If they get wet, you tend to, or you risk in this kind of weather, you risk a chance of mold. But dry cleaning will take a couple of years off the. Hang on, I'm just thinking. How long your suit will last? There's a better word for all of those. Anyway, Gregor hasn't paid for an haircut in 20 years. Well, in fairness, it's only $3. I do give him a tenner though, because it takes like an hour. He gets the old razor blade out, does loads of weird shit, and it just feels great. Now nice to just have someone, making you look wicked. He even does this thing around the ears where there's like a, I don't know. And he does all the ears, hairs inside, hairs in my nose, the lot. It's the best haircut I've ever had. $3? Are you joking? Amazing. When someone here was talking the other day about how much do I need to live in Cambodia, it's also things like that. When I talk about food, lodging, and your flight, but there's sort of everyday things like that which do make a difference. In Soho, I was paying like 30 quid. That was the cheapest haircut I could find in Soho. And, when I want my haircut at least once a month. And that's a lot of money. And when you add that to loads of other little things, like the other day, check this out. So the other day I said to my missus, you're like this, the romantics, Will. And I know there's a few here. The other day I said to my missus, should we, I think I mentioned it anyway, but I said, should we go to, and it's this place called Aroma. Nice little cafe. We usually get like chicken pitta. It's like a chicken kebab, but it's not. I suppose it is. They barbecue them on sticks and then put it in a pitta. Yeah, it's a kebab. It's just not a doner, I think is what I'm saying. And then on the way, I was like, it's closed. And then took her to a bit of a fancy place. And we had a Cabernet Sauvignon, and we had some nice food, and we had a raspberry, I was going to say teriyaki then. Raspberry teriyaki, yeah. A raspberry tiramisu. So check this out. I had like some sort of Indian curry sort of thing, chicken. I can't remember what it was. She had beef lak lak or lok lak. which is a traditional Cambodian dish. They were massive portions, but not too much that you wasted food. A Cabernet Sauvignon glass each, a nice Cabernet Sauvignon as well, and those big old barrel glasses, and that dessert. And how much was it? I think it was $18, $9 a head. So about £7 English, about $7.50 English for a 2-course meal and a glass of wine, and nice wine as well, and very nice food. You know, it's a nice little environment. French chefs, can't go wrong with that, can you? So if you add that to things like, you know, hairdressers at $3, and it basically a slight change to the usual phrase, it doesn't all add up. There you go. Or it all doesn't add up. Take your pick. Right, the show's going to start shortly. Hello, Historical Doppelganger. Nice to see you. Hello, Bunnings. Good to see you. Colts on the firm. Kajetel's here. -4. It looks like it in your avatar as well. Kajetel, you look like a man who's just looked at the thermometer. You know, I do kind of miss all that. There you go. Look, Bunnings. 23 centigrade, and it seems a little cold. Well, apparently here it's just gone up 1 degree. But if it goes down to 15, I'm going to complain. I'm going to write a letter to the government. I didn't come out here. I didn't come out here to have a lovely life in a really nice country where the people are wonderful, and there's loads of potential for the future. I didn't expect to get a visa that easily and enjoy myself, feel safe in the city, and fall in love with a beautiful young lady. And by the end of that, I'll be like, actually, fuck it. Everything's great, thanks. Yours sincerely, Christopher. Got to get that water down your scrubs. Get that water down ya. Get it in your son. Anyway, got to earn a pound note. So when it gets to the old 100 viewers, I'll get that doors of griftation opened. Grego, if you've got your stopwatch handy, that would be nice. If not, not a problem. It's not obligatory. Hello, Martin. In first. Nice to see you. Chrissy. Always a pleasure. Oh, Aramas is here too. Hello, mate. La di di da di da da. Don't worry, people. The show will start. Husker Du. I remember a stand-in English teacher. He said to me once, because he knew I was obviously a little bit artistic. He said, "What music do you listen to, Dangerfield?" I went, "Well, it's Chris." And I said, "At the moment, I'm listening to a lot of The Doors." And he was quite into it. And he just started chatting to me about music. And it was cool because most of the other kids weren't into music. They were into listening to what was provided, you know. Although, having said that, Nicky Campbell, I know it's weird. I think we've covered this. But Nicky Campbell's Radio 1 show that was on, I think, 9 to 10 in the evenings, introduced me to a lot of good music. Give me a 1 in the chat, yon English persons. If you used to listen to, if you're about my age or, you know, in your 40s or 50s, and I know for new people, you're shocked, aren't you? When I said about my age, you were like, yeah, I'm 25. Yeah, I know, it's weird. Give me have you noticed I haven't got, you know, I said it's the angle of light. No, it just wasn't clean. I had changed the head of my electric toothbrush, and my girlfriend said, you got to get your teeth whitened. And that's harsh. That is another way of saying, oi, you got old man's teeth. Get some veneers. That's when I told her I was going to get a gold one, and she was crying with laughter. And every time I smiled, she was crying with laughter. So that's off the cards. But I had a good look at it in the mirror and thought, you know what, you're right. And every stream I'd done, I was going, I mean, there is a little bit of that angular deception. You can see it. Look, there's a slight angle on that one. I mean, you know, sometimes a little imperfection sets the rest of the visage off. Anyway, So yeah, I cleaned my teeth. The show's going to start shortly. Give me a 1 in the chat if you're roughly my age and you used to listen to Nicky Campbell's Radio 1 show that was on about 9-10 weekdays, I think, only. Fucking brilliant. Introduced me to the Velvet Underground. Introduced me to... Oh, there's loads of them. We risk pop jam in there, and so I'll avoid that. But I bet there's some ones in there. It was quite something. And it was weird that it was Nicky Campbell. It really was. Hello, Lumi. And soon to be a cutter. Son of Max, father of plenty. Hello, mate. I think I'm still looking at messages that were during the hair reveal at 78 viewers. Pax Max is on the phone. Hello, mate. The truth will set you free here. I never get a stream that doesn't buffer. Then YouTube has the cheek to ask me to go premium. Well, I've lost my fucking dislike button. You cannot dislike this video anymore. I wanted it. Why didn't they make it optional? You know why. Maybe they have. Let's see. Let's say and search. Hang on a minute. Don't worry. The show will start shortly. YouTube dislike button. Oh, there's a YouTube dislike extension. You need to download a separate... Yeah, we'll have a look at this together. So I'm taking it from this clip that there's an extension. But I suppose it's a bit like what Gab done, but that didn't really take off, did it? I thought it would. I thought that would be a good thing. Do you remember that Gab thing? It put a comments page on every... I've got to put the fan on. The bloody hat's sweating me out. Yeah, it was a good idea, but enough people didn't use it. So here we go. Let's have a look at this. What is the YouTube dislike extension? How does it work? You can now see the number of dislikes that a video has on YouTube once again, but you need to download a separate browser to do so. How interesting. So I won't ask the question. I'll read more. Earlier this month, YouTube made the controversial decision. No, they didn't. They did not make a controversial decision. They made a political decision. I mean, in fairness, politics is controversial, but I would have said that was the clearer element of their decision. The controversial decision to remove the public dislike count on all its videos in an effort to discourage targeted harassment campaigns that seek to weaponize it. Now, let's just have a look at that idea of targeted harassment campaigns that seek to weaponize it. Now, that harbors its own contradiction, because if you went on a forum, 4chan, etc., the hacker known as 4, if you talk to the hacker known as 4chan and said, "Oi, everyone, get over on this video and ratio the fuck out of it," they would, but only if they didn't like it. If someone made a video that they agreed with its politics, they wouldn't go, "Yeah, let's fuck them up." They'd go over there and go, "I'll just watch it. I don't know, actually, this is interesting content. This is convincing argumentation. I'm not going to dislike it." So even if people are doing targeted harassment and weaponizing the dislike, it's still real. It's still people who are disliking something that you chose to put in a public forum. So there's nothing wrong with people doing that. And are we really that weak now that dislikes a harassment? Oh, hey, what's up, little Johnny? You seem really upset. Oh, I've been harassed all day. I've been harassed. Whoa, who is it? What is it? Are they people throwing rocks through your window or something? No, I've been getting dislikes all day. People have been disliking my videos. I don't know how I'm going to get through the day. If you can't handle people disliking your videos, guess what? Putting them on the internet probably ain't a good idea, because you're going to get a ton of shit, because people are like that. The internet is like that, especially when people are the other side of the world. Nice video, cunt. It's so easy. It's ridiculous. And on that note, the show's going to start shortly, don't worry. On that note, I'm going to show you something interesting. This is ruining a little bit of my the plan I had for today's particular. Don't say I got rid of it. Oh Lord, won't you buy me the video I had? I was watching it 2 minutes ago. It made me quite sad. Right, don't worry, people. Let me just get this out of the way, and the show will start. Just give me my freaking history, man. No dislike, no history. What's going on? It's like a revolution on the tubes. Hang on, people. You'll like this. So I'll start proceedings before I find it, because I'm sure I'll find it. There you go. So the other day we watched a bit of this Santa Inc. Remember? We watched a little bit of this Buffertron. Anyway, as you'll be able to see in a minute, you can't see the dislikes there. Shut up. Right, so we had a look at that nonsense, and yes, it was ratioed. There was like 30-odd thousand comments. There was 1,800 upvotes. Now, please listen to this, right? There was 300,000 plus views, and only 1,800, not 18,000, 1,800 people thumbed it up out of 300,000. I mean, what is that? What is that? That's like 1.8%, right? Have I got that right? Help me out. It might be 0.18. I don't know. Hello, morning, maths. Anyway, there was 20,000 plus comments. And as we were talking yesterday, we mentioned that, the problem with getting rid of the dislike button is it's just going to move. And by problem, I mean solution for us, but problem for the censors, for the communists. It's going to move the wish to ratio, the wish to tell you what they think into the comments, and it had. There was like 20,000. What's that? 5. There was 10 times more comments than there were likes, and they were ripping the shit out of it. Someone emailed me this morning. Glenn Gooner emailed me this morning, and he said, "Chet, have you seen the comments?" And I wrote back to him. I said, "Yeah, we had a little look at it yesterday." And I thought, actually, I'll go and have a look at it again and read some more of the comments, because they were amusing, and maybe it'll be something we could have looked at today. Got over there today. So this movie that's had 423,000 views now has got 2.2 thousand likes, and they've turned off the comments. Now, the thing about this is it's so patronizing. People, they had a board meeting at YouTube, and someone went, the problem is left-wing content on YouTube gets slated to pieces. It gets what they call ratioed. And it's often stuff that we put on the trending page. It's exposing us to an extent. It's also exposing leftist ideas, progressive ideas, communist ideas. So then someone said, that's a bit like harassment, isn't it? And someone went, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, that people are harassing certain people. So they said, oh, just get rid of it. Get rid of it. And someone went, yeah. And then this happened, and they had another meeting and literally said, tell them to turn the comments off. So these people think that if you go to a video on YouTube, there's no dislike, the comments have been turned off. They think that this is how much they think of the lumpen proletariat. They think you're going to go, yeah, that was probably to protect people from harassment. That was to stop people getting their feelings hurt. There's nothing political going on here at all. This is simply about this. This is supporting new content makers who need a little bit of a boost. They need a bit of a boost. They don't want people to tell them the truth. They want to live in a brave new world, not a new real world, not the world. What a bollock. What an absolute bollock. This works in our favor. This works in our favor. This is part of the rise of the normies because this is massive. Critic! I mean, I know the show hasn't started, but for 30 minutes chatting, I was starting to think I was a little bit off my game. I thought I was going to go 34. No! Oh, alas, no! Quite the contrary. I've already fucked today. What are you talking about? Show's a bit late. Oh my Lord! I was just, dare I say, gossiping about you. I was gossiping about you. No, I was telling someone your story the other day. Nice to see you, mate. How are you? Wonderful. What a wonderful surprise. I hope you're well. Chrissy, thanks for that, Chrissy. Right, let me get the doors of griftation open. Grego, got a stopwatch. If you don't want to do it anymore, Grego, I'm fine. I don't think I'm going to get under a minute, to be honest with you. But let me just get this sorted, people, because I need some coinage. Yeah, got to earn a pound note. Having one is awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my God, that's awesome. You're so awesome. Oh, my God. How much of that can you take? It's making me feel sick just speaking like it. I'd rather speak like a Frenchman than that. 1 second, people, by which I mean 20 or 4. Hang on. Right, let me get that. Let's get this all set up so that I gotta beat the clock. Gotta beat the clock. You gotta beat the clock. You haven't got to beat the clock. Leave the clock alone. Right, where are we, people? Hi, you still here? Good. It's nice to see you. Nice one, Jace. John Francis says Dangerfield is a grifter. Come on, John. Everyone knows that here already. Hello, Dom. Like, sub, share, and donate if you can. Dangerfield is one of the good guys. Dom has been here for fucking ever. Not like literally. He doesn't sit at his computer waiting for the show to start, but you're OG. Nice one, Dom. Much appreciated. I got to say, well, it's at the end of the griftation, isn't it? So I won't repeat myself, but Scrubs are very, very generous people. Dom was fucking shunned and pissed upon in the early 90s for listening to Beatles bootlegs and not listening to Use Your Illusion or whatever the fuck was going on. I don't know what Use Your Illusion is going on about myself. So we did have a few people checking out, what's his name? Oh yeah, people, this geezer, he's going to leave a comment on videos that he knows are going to get disliked. So if you thumbs up his video, his comment, you've disliked the video. It's very clever. I like it, but you're going to be busy because there's a lot of bullshit out there. There's an hour of content uploaded onto YouTube every minute. And let's be honest, 58 minutes of that is bullshit. Hello, Tim. Hello, Windy. Yeah, it just says dislike, which is useless. It's Hello, Alan Bastard. Good to see you, son. Nice to see you. Right, hang on. Let me get on with this. Chrissy, second one for you to notice the first grift opener. Oh, who's apologising now? Chrissy. You're the first ever grift spinner. How do you feel about that? Eh? Right, here we go. Grego, ready? Moslab's on the firm. Good Lord, what time of day or night is it there? Did I just see Moslab? Let's have a look. There he is. Some really soft motherfuckers in this world. There really are. Got to protect her, Moslab. They're being harassed. Someone didn't like something they made. Imagine being a creative person and not being able to cope with that. You're in the wrong game. Right, hang on. Alan, thank you, mate. Height to that. Nice to see you, son. Nice to see you. Oh, nice to see people saying hello to Infamous T. Good bloke, man. Hello, the Equitable. Oh, they're all here today. I know I've missed a lot of you. There's 150 people watching. You can shut up. I know I've got work to do. I've already done 2 hours today, you bastards. Windy can confirm that. Getting her out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning. I need a code. Right. Oh, my boy, Tom. Well, that's all right, mate. You know, you get here. You know, nice. Right. Ready, Grego? 5, 4. Hang on. Stop. Agua. Hello, Mike. How are you? Nice to see you, Honkington. 5, 4, 3. Make sure you listen, though, people. 2. Hit it. All right there, people. This is how you can support this channel financially. Top link in the description. You can become a member. There's free strata. We do private streams for those people. Join the top strata. You can see all the private streams. Join the second one, the bottom tube. Join the first one, just the first one. It's like £1, £3, £7, something like that, a month. Also, you can do a super chat. That's the $ at the bottom of the chat. There's the paying mantis. Alternatively, you can use Entropy. If you use Entropy, you don't give any money to YouTube. I'll put the Entropy link in the chat now and pinner to the top of the chat. If someone can confirm that's up there, that would be good. You can also do SubscribeStar. That's like a monthly thing. Description link in the description. I don't expect to get rich from this, but I do expect a few donations because I put a lot of time, effort, passion, and energy into these streams. And I have to say, over a month, you're a very generous bunch, and it's much appreciated. Stop. There you go. I reckon that's a new record. I reckon. Thank you, Lumi. Machano Capruccicaso. Come on. This is tense. This is very tense. Hello, what's the name? You all right, son? Hello, Colt. We're going to start in a minute. Oh, my days. 55.569 seconds. I'm glad you're going 3 decimal places because it's these... You know, in this game, in the YouTube game, in the tubing game, in the streaming situation, it is about fine lines. Beautiful song called Fine Lines. What is it? How's it go? I can't even remember the bird who sings it. Not a very well-known singer. If anyone knows the name of that bird, what is it? Something like Booby Babu. It ain't that. It ain't that. First day and the girls are thin, looking there. I want a boyfriend. Anyone know who sings that? I'll give you 17 points. Thank you, Grego. Look at that. Look, even the Cray boy knew. Nice one, Morty. Right. Well, hello, No Chance. How are you? I was watching something of yours yesterday, actually. There was a weird bloke's face on it though. I didn't know what was going on. I don't know what you youngsters are like. I don't know what you're getting up to with all your weird words and your crazy memes. We need to talk about memes, actually. Anglo-Saxon on the firm. Nice to see you, man. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. There you go. Chris's old man used to be on the 555s. Ah, bollocks. Oh, rumbled. And there I was. Moslab says 10-second violation for use of the hard R on Pinner. They were saying in the Rittenhouse trial on that Ricata law, they were talking about Binger with a hard R. And it's excellent that people are doing that sort of thing because we know where it comes from, obviously, and it ridicules it. And this is what I just wanted to say. Hello, Linda B. This is I've realised something. Let me have a hit of my vape because I like it. Now, I done stand-up comedy for 10 years. Part of comedy, the role of comedy, not always. There is a time just for a bit of levity. There is a time for a bit of slapstick. But I'd even argue that, whimsy. I'd even argue that whimsy or levity or slapstick actually has within itself a certain not to be spoken. When someone does a bit of slapstick and falls over and gets treads on a rake and it smacks them in the face, we laugh because it's kind of funny when people hurt themselves. I wrote a short story about it, SUBSTACK, down there, link in the description. There's another 11 stories there. Yeah, that was an excellent ad. But it's true. So even slapstick has got a sense of the unsaid. The things that they sort of tear away the politeness, tear away the tact. Tact has done a terrible disservice to modern culture. And so the comedian's job is to say things that everyone's thinking but no one says. And laughter is a communal response to that which says, yes, we know what you're talking about. So I'll tell you my one joke, and you've all heard it before, but just to give you an example, I never told jokes, I told stories, but I had one that I'd sometimes open with just to divide the room, usually between me and the audience. So it goes like this. I walked out of my flat this morning. I live in Soho. Well, I don't now, but when I was telling the joke, I did. And there was a girl just standing outside my house, and she had a tiny little mini skirt on, a pair of those stripper heels, caked in makeup, massive gold hoop earrings. She was, I don't know how old she was, but I tell you what, if my 14-year-old daughter dressed like that, I'd fuck her. Right? So that was the joke. Always got... Now, it didn't always get a laugh. And when it didn't, I knew this wasn't my room. And that would then lead me to some slightly less harsh material. But the laughter is a communal response to say, we know what you're talking about. We know that in our polite society, we don't go there. We don't talk about those things. We don't debate them. Right? Now, it's a joke, and it has a social function. And we've seen what's happened to comedy. When I watch comedians, you've got the odd one, but they get cancelled. Louis C.K., classic example. What did Louis C.K. do? He asked. He asked for permission. He done what they told everyone you're meant to do. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so comedy has lost its social function. You watch game shows, panel shows, it's all so tame, so dull, because they're activists. Most comedians now are activists. The audience like, yeah, fuck Trump, yeah, Orange Man. But it's like, so now it's kind of obsolete as a form. Comedy, stand-up comedy as a form is almost obsolete. Now, I say almost because there will be the odd person who can manage to somehow break through and blah, blah, blah. But I realise that that's what memes are now. This is what memes have replaced comedy. A meme does the job that the stand-up used to do. In the internet world, in the information and communication culture, memes have replaced the social role and function of the comedian. You know, it's like a boom, there you go. There's an image, often a bit of writing. That's a joke. It's a joke in the traditional sense of telling us something that we're all thinking, but no one talks about because we've got societal norms, pressures, peer pressures, work pressures, political pressures. But we can see a meme, and without having to admit anything, without having to say you agree, you can share it because it's funny. And memes have that. I realise that's what the meme is, and that's why the meme wars. We've had meme wars, and there's a new one on. There's a new one happening, and it functions like comedy used to, because you can't. You know, in the old days, the university, gigging at universities was a thing that comedians done. You do that, you do it. You know, at a certain level, once you'd started headlining your open mics, once you started getting a few bookings, you'd actually do the university circuit. Got there. But you can't do it now. You can't. I couldn't have done. I can't do it. I would never be allowed to a university to do stand-up, nor would any of the good ones. They wouldn't be allowed. They'd be killed. They'd be killed. Alain Bastard, Bernard Manning to attractive 30-year-old woman. If you were my daughter, I'd still be bathing you. Actual real laughter. It's weird, isn't it, having a joke? You know, men fancy women. You're allowed to say it, believe it or not. But yeah, brilliant. Nice one, Alan. Thanks for the donation as well. The show's going to start very shortly, people. But this meme war is also part of this rise of the normies, because they can do it. They can get into it because they're everywhere. People know the power of them. And I've got a couple of videos. I'm not just improvising this bullshit. Oh, no. Oh, no. This nonsense has been prepared. These failures, these slips of the tongue, this madness. Oh, I've researched it, analysed it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Accessoire. John W. drops a Lady Godiva and he says, I'm having a day off, but not from a position of fuck you just because I need one. Nice one, John W. Nice one for getting over there on the entre. That's awesome. Thank you, John, and enjoy a day off. Not from a position of fuck you. Because you need one. It's a good reason to have a day off. It's a good reason to have a day off. Lumpy Space Prince says normies can't meme. No, normies can't do stand-up comedy either, but they can see it. They can understand it. And so when your normies see the memes, they respond to it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean about memes taking have got the function, the social, political, dare I say, function that comedians used to have. And it's incredible. And it's having a massive impact. You know, most of the censorship has essentially been around meme magic. And to prove that I don't just make this bullshit up on the spot, I've got a couple of videos. The show's about to start, people, that will kind of make sense of that. Now, hang on, let me just get the right one. Right, here we go. Now, this was going to be at the end of a string of videos where it would have made sense in a different context, but because I've gone off on one. So this is your friend of mine, Mark Dice. We won't watch the old video, but old Brian Stelter. Now, if you're the last person in the world that doesn't know, Mark Dice does an impression of Brian Stelter where he talks like this and he dubs it over. Now, the funny thing is, everyone knows about this, right? It's become a meme. There you go. This is a comedian would have once stood on stage and taken the piss out of Brian Stelter, but you're not allowed to do that because he works for CNN. But you can do it in a mimetic way, and it has worked. Brian Stelter's ratings, they're down the pan. They are down the pan. CNN is struggling to get 1 million viewers at prime time. 1 million in America. It's ridiculous. Look at, Salty Crackers doing better than CNN. Anyway, we'll have a look at a few minutes of this and you'll see what I mean about memes. The show's going to start. We'll just watch this clip and then we'll get on with it. Here we go. Mark Dice, Stelter, memes. If I could have an audio check, let's go. There you go. I think it's fair enough to say that, actually, Infamous T. I think he really has. Oh, Jared, we're getting there, mate. We're going all over that, and it's part of this. So here we go. Dice on Stelter and memes.
Brian Stelter is whining again, as usual, this time about memes. He acknowledged the obvious that Joe Biden's approval ratings are at an all-time low, but he thinks he's figured out the reason why. And it's not because the Biden administration is a total disaster. It's something else.
But there's something bigger going on here, something bigger than Biden. The media universe has fundamentally changed, or actually it's better to say it is changing every day. In ways that make America a different country to govern.
A different country to govern. One where you're losing control. One where the narrative is falling through your fingers like sand. Oh, and I couldn't be happier. I'll take it back a bit, people, for context. But listen to what he actually says, and think about that from his position. This is the same as that woman who said, "Oh, there's people out there telling people what to think, and that's our job." That was a CNN anchor said that. There's people out there telling people what to think, and that's our job. Oh, really? Not for much longer, it would appear. Continue, young Brian.
The universe has fundamentally changed, or actually it's better to say it is changing every day. In ways that make America a different country to govern, a more difficult country to govern. It is increasingly a country with many alternative facts. Disproving viral tweets is different than debunking a TV ad. Combating meme makers is different than rebutting newspaper columnists.
I mean, isn't that incredible to say that? Combating meme makers, that it's all, everything you need to know is right there. Well, can't anyone make memes? Is the idea of a meme a problem? Is the idea of an image with a bit of writing sometimes, is that a problem? Or is it just that you're losing control? When you say a harder place to govern, young Brian, do you mean a harder place to control? And when you say govern as if to doff your cap to the government, no, you mean media. Yeah, and you are struggling. Combat memes? Eh? It's getting harder because there are people saying stuff in a way that's far more contemporary, far more effective than us bastards moaning about pretty much everything because we support the cultural Marxists that are devastating America. I'll take it back a bit for context, and because it's just mind-blowing that this geezer's got the gall to say this. And, he doesn't even know what he's saying. It's such a confessional.
A TV ad. Combating meme makers is different than rebutting newspaper columnists. And the memes are pretty powerful sometimes.
The memes are powerful, and there's nothing that you can do to stop us. Of course, his insane editorial sparked widespread mockery online, including
his insane editorial, which is exactly what it was.
To stop us. Of course, his insane editorial sparked widespread mockery online, including in the form of new memes like this one.
Right here, these guys were making memes.
This one's especially great because it not only mocks little Brian, but also LeBron James, who recently got some fans kicked out of the stadium because they were ridiculing him during the game.
And no shit, if you haven't seen that video, go and look it up. Shocking. There's a couple of white people in the front row, which is interesting because usually to get a front row at any sporting event, you need to know someone who's part of the promotional team, part of the promoters, basically. And LeBron James went up to the referee. yeah, these two. And the ref sent them out. He sent them out. What kind of power is that? You don't get to chuck fans out because they don't like you. He didn't accuse them of racism. He just said, nah, they're taking the piss out of me. So? What, you want your human dislike button removed? What a git. So, yes, that is a particularly good meme because it Stelter James, as it should.
Here's another one from the same meme maker, Grand Old Memes.
How dare you!
This one I had to blur to keep the show family friendly. It's his favorite toy, a gigantic black, well, you know. The only thing reliable I've ever heard come out of Brian's mouth is that memes are powerful. So powerful, I'd be willing to bet that they make him cry.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at SUBSTACK. Something about me looking like gender-neutral potato head.
This really could go on and on. Here's another one, and...
I'm sorry, but every time I hear him say that, I was about to sit down and have dinner with my kids. Well, don't put the news on then. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head. Let's just see that again. Look at that one. Look at that. Let's hear him say it again. Hang on.
Dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr.
Hang on, from the start.
Be willing to bet that they make him cry.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at SUBSTACK. Something about me looking like gender-neutral potato head.
This really could go on and on.
Imagine being his kids. And like kids at certain ages, they don't get on with their old man. They know their old man's an old man. They're like, fuck off, Dad. And can you imagine being Stelter's kids? And he's sitting there putting down the plates and that, and he's cucked fully with his missus going, Brian, hurry up, get out of here. And him going, oh, sorry, love, doing all this. And then son of Trump on telly says Brian Stelter looks like a gender-neutral potato head. It's too good. It's too good. Nice one, Mr. Bastard. Brian's head on LeBron James's shoulder. Is that cultural appropriation of a person of colour's head? No, it's cultural appropriation of a person of no colour's body. Oh, no, now we're stuck in an endless dialectic, which I would suggest means it's neither. Nice one, Alan Bastard. Have you quit Entropy? Because I missed a few of yours. I did actually find one right at the end of a stream and click the link that you put in it, and it was a great link. So for about 5 days, I was going, is Alain Bastard in here? And you didn't answer, but apologies for doing that. It's not great to miss donations. So thank you for that one, Alain. People, I know it's not Alain. It's an old joke. That is too good. Right, we'll watch a little bit more of this. Just he goes off of the subject about memes in a minute. We'll stop there. Space Opera Mark says, gotta go, gonna watch his back. You're on fire, Dangerfield. Shakalaka. You lot are on fire, which makes me on fire. It's a mutual burn. I was ready for it then, but I didn't have it. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Oh, the better one would have been, come on, baby, light my fire. No, the best one would have been, I am the something of hellfire, and I bring you fire. Ba, 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 I bring you to burn. Ba, ba, ba. He is now a painter and decorator working in Spain, which is all right. Probably doing well out of that song. Probably gets 7 pence every time it's played. A little bit more of Dice.
Here's another one, and just one more. Here's Fredo comforting little Brian. He must have some kind of humiliation fetish because he's really bringing this upon himself. The left hates memes so...
There's so much happening there. I mean, if you don't know about Fredo, I haven't got time here. And he's also just lost his gig at the CNN. That is amazing. I don't know if you can see at home, but that tattoo is "I heart potato chips." Yeah, awesome. There's a little bit more about memes that we need to hear. Watch.
Humiliation fetish, because he's really bringing this upon himself. The left hates memes so much. Remember, they sued my friend Carpe Doctum after President Trump retweeted one of his memes. This one. Thankfully, the judge threw out the case because it was utterly ridiculous.
But Carpe Diem then did get banned from Twitter, which was a shame because that was where he fired his meme cannons. People, I need a little Jimmy Riddle. So continue with your fire songs in the chat, and I'll be back in a couple of shakes. Fire, I bring you to burn. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. There's another one. I fell into a burning ring of fire. There's another one. Can you hear that bullshit? Any songs by Earth, Wind and Fire? Oh, good Lord. Oh, there's more. There's always more. There's always more. Fire. Talking about fire, let's get a bit of light on the phone. Sorry about the break, Blue. Sorry about the break, people, but you know these things have to happen, don't they? So yeah, it's really kicking off in the what is which is you know, looking like the start of the next meme war. This is the next great meme war, and it will be. You know, that the final battle of this particular war, I'm going to get rid of a bit of that blue because when I look blue, I feel blue. This is going to, you know, the final battle of this particular war is going to be at the midterms, I think, and it's going to be absolute carnage. That didn't work as well as I'd hoped. There you go. That worked an absolute truth. Right, we had a look at that already. The show will start shortly, people. The grift has been fucking atrocious for the quality. Right, I think we should actually have a look at the what has happened to the Cuomo brothers. This is Fredo. Well, not yet, Kenny. We go back to, weirdly, every time I say it, Sky News Australia. I mean, who'd have thought? But they seem to just keep putting out the quality. Check this out. Boom, boom, bam, boom. 155 people watching. Absolutely lovely at the crack of dawn. Not that dawn. An audio check would be handy, but this is a couple of minutes we'll watch about the Cuomo brothers, Fredo and Sex Pest.
Over the past year or so, I've brought you some updates on the story of the Cuomo brothers in New York. Andrew, the Democrat governor of New York State, son of a governor, critic of Donald Trump and hero of the media and the left because he slammed Trump during the pandemic, even as New York City suffered more than most cities, and partly because Cuomo himself made terrible decisions, such as sending infected patients into aged care homes. But
deliberately,
all the while, one of the major boosters for Governor Cuomo was his brother Chris, a CNN anchor, anti-Trump activist, of course, and
CNN anchor, that's rhyming slang, of course,
political promoter of his left-wing brother. Here's how I updated you earlier this year, starting with a montage of media praise for the governor, including from his brother.
Governor Cuomo, I think, is one of the heroes on the front lines.
With all of this adulation that you're getting for doing your job, Are you thinking about running for president?
Andrew Cuomo, who has a daily television show now and has become in some ways the shadow president.
Maybe Trump is just a little bit mad that Governor Cuomo has become
the shadow president. Fucking Fredo.
a kind of acting president.
Dealing with hardship actually.
Fredo, from shadow president to acting president. Yeah, she's talking that those two people who said shadow, they're talking about Trump. Fredo Kuma was apparently the acting president, the shadow president. Really? No one watches it. Only Mark Dice and his fans ever watch CNN.
Has become in some ways the shadow president.
Maybe Trump is just a little bit mad that Governor Cuomo has become a kind of acting president.
Dealing with hardship actually makes you stronger. That's what Governor Cuomo said earlier today. That's what I'm going to go teach my kids right now at home.
Well, if that's the case, Brian, you must be strong as an ox by now. If we're talking about media hardship, today's. Argon Tom Tom. Argon Tom Tom. Matey, keep up the good work. Hoyt to that. Argon. Yeah, you're right. It's Argon, isn't it? Tom Tom. That's very dialect. That's very good. Nice one. And then after that, today's, it's of course Soksabai, which is like, how are you? But maybe you know that. Yeah, nice one, man. Appreciato. Continue, Sky News Australia.
Oh boy, don't teach your kids everything Andrew Cuomo is now renowned for. They really deified him, didn't they? Well, Cuomo has now been brought crashing to earth with a detailed report by the state's Attorney General.
Oh no, you're absolutely right. We might go back to a bit of Mark Dice later because he shows you the bromance between those two cuckanories.
Cuomo sexually harassed multiple women.
Wow.
Yeah, well, there you go. Time for another update. As you know, Governor Andrew Cuomo was forced to resign soon after that over those sexual harassment allegations, and he now faces criminal proceedings. But just in the last 24 hours, his brother Chris, who has openly campaigned for his brother all along, has suddenly been suspended from CNN indefinitely because
What makes it beautiful, this is the bit when Al Pacino goes up to Fredo. I know it was you. You betrayed me. and Fredo Cuomo will know that.
revelation.
Hang on, I'll take it back a bit. For context.
Suddenly been suspended from CNN indefinitely because of revelations his advice to his brother included strategic planning on conference calls with the governor's staff.
How I helped my brother also matters. When my brother's situation became turbulent, being looped into calls with other friends of his,
turbulent,
and advisors that did include some of his staff, I understand why that was a problem for CNN. It will not happen again.
You're damn right it won't. Bye-bye, Fredo.
It was a mistake because I put my colleagues here, who I believe are the best in the business, in a bad spot.
Well, the ratings would suggest they're the shittest in the business. And that, by the way, that business is only propaganda, so no one cares.
I never intended for that. I would never intend for that. And I am sorry for that.
Well, sorry, but just in the last 24 hours, CNN have suspended him off air indefinitely. And there's going to be plenty of schadenfreude felt in media and political circles.
You think so? It's absolutely keeping me going. I've got to go back to the Dice clip because, as I can't remember who said it, but the Fredo and Lemon loving is so disgusting. I wasn't going to show it, but it's come up. Don't worry, new viewers. The show will start shortly. Let me just find if I can. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't my history work? Maybe the computer knows I was on Valium. There's a couple of clips I'm going to show you today. And I think I might have shown you already. I'm starting to see the negative consequences, as well as obviously falling asleep. Why didn't that work? What the fuck is going on with this channel? Now, 1 second, people. Entertain yourselves. Maybe watch a bit of the show that you've already watched back again, because it's awesome. 1 second. Right, hang on. So we will watch a bit more Mark Dice, because he gets to the love-in, and it's disgusting, and it's beautiful to know that little bromance has now been separated by truth and honesty, the rule of law, and an absolutely necessary, understandable, and celebratory disgust to leftism. Check it. Speak. An audio check would be handy.
Right after the Mueller investigation wrapped up and utterly embarrassed himself with that nothing burger of a witch hunt.
There is another reality out there. This is the reality of the president's fans. And they deal in memes, and they deal in edited videos. And I think that there is a lot that happens.
It's so good. It's so good. They deal in memes and edited video. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Isn't the news, the legacy media, isn't that just edited video? That's what it is. That's what the news is. It's so funny. Hello, Galileo's tongue. Good to see you, son. That's an incredible, and good to see you, Shell Bobs. These people are absurd. And again, and I've said it almost every day, all analytical roads at the moment, when you're talking about the communist administration of America and their propaganda ring, and I wasn't joking either. That wasn't a slip. Well, it was, but it was truth. All analytical roads lead to madness, lead to insanity. They deal in memes and edited video. Oh, fucking hell. I grew up through the Cold War, where people were worried about nuclear annihilation, and you'd get them talking about that on the news. The idea that the Soviets were building up this huge nuclear arsenal, and so were the Americans. And we had the Cuban Missile Crisis was just a few years back. It was 10 times, but these days they deal in memes and edited video. He says it with a serious face. How do these people sleep at night? Oh, actually, I do know. Diazepam. I'll take it back so you can hear that incredible line again. Check him out. He actually, thank you for the audio check. He actually says it. People, this is a news show. There's 9 people taking this shit seriously. Check it. And this is the level of madness that you have to fall to when you're the propaganda wing of communism. This is how bizarre things get, because it's a sham. It doesn't work. It's riddled with contradictions, unresolved contradictions. There's no dialectic progression of any of the ideas. It stays at one point. It stays at a point where there's millions of dead people. And so that's why nine people who have got jobs on the news are talking about this like it's important. They deal in memes and edited video. Really? No, you're dealing in yesterday's plop that didn't flush.
This is the reality of the president's fans. And they deal in memes, and they deal in edited videos. And I think that there is a lot that happened today when it comes to Mueller refusing to answer questions, or acting perhaps a little befuddled at times. I think that those moments are going to be taken, and I think that they're going to be used against Mueller to try to undercut him, to try to discredit him.
They already are.
They already are.
Can you repeat the question, sir? You're going to have to repeat that for me. Can you repeat the last part of that question?
Hang on, we will get to the loving. Hang on. Oh, maybe I've got the wrong freaking video. This is always a problem with improvising. Oh, damn, where was it? No, fuck it. I haven't got it. Apologies, people. But I'll find it later and I'll put it on my Telegram. Oh, yeah, this is like an actual show at the moment. Don't worry, people. We're having trouble with that VT. I'll find it later and it will be broadcast on the Dangerfield Telegram channel. Moving on. Actually, I might be completely wrong. 1 second. No, I still might have it. It might be somewhere else. But before we get there, actually, no, this is, we have to carry on in this. 1 second. So here you go. I'll give you a little bit more information on what actually happened to Fredo, and his brother, because the pair of them, this is a beautiful fall from grace. And this is part of the run of wins. This is the Rittenhouse snowball that's going to explode at the midterms. This is it. Along with what happened in Virginia, the gubernatorials, along with what happened in New Jersey, along with people getting out, the rise of the normies, people getting out and voting for those local the local DA, the local police chief, the local Republican. You know, people are, as I say in the introduction, in the description of this video, it's never been about normies waking up. People know what's going on. People know the price of gas is going through the roof. People know about high inflation. They know it because they see it in their everyday lives. And it's just a question of them doing something about that. And I do believe in a political solution, not to everything. It won't solve everything. It won't solve all the things I want it to solve. But trust me, Trump, DeSantis et al. Is going to be better for America and therefore then the world than the fucking communists. And so this is another win. This is another win because normies are starting to go, hang on a minute. Oh, I've been listening to these bullshitters for years. It turns out they're bullshitters. Yeah, my mate who's been telling me this, and maybe he's right about a few other things. I have had loads of friends in the last few months, loads of friends who I've fallen out with, some of them best friends who I've spoken about on this channel, come back to me and start going, yeah, you know, I was a bit harsh with you, actually, because I'm starting to think that actually you might be a little bit right. I've had one bloke, a Guardian reader, come back to me and say, no, I don't read that anymore. And that's massive. It's massive for someone to say, I don't read the Guardian anymore, because that was propaganda. That was being fed into him, the anti-whiteness, the anti-Western civilization. It was being fed to him daily. And he's just said, no, this is bullshit. And he'll be one of millions. We're on a roll. So let's have a little look in a little bit more detail about what happened to these pair of cunts. Audio check would be handy. People. Here we go.
Breaking tonight, CNN is suspending anchor Chris Cuomo.
Ha!
This comes amid revelations about his involvement in the defense of his brother, then New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, against sexual misconduct allegations.
You can't help but think they haven't got the same father. There's something going wrong. There's something a little bit out of kilter with these two blokes' faces.
Fox News media analyst and host.
Maybe it's because the fella, maybe it's because the one on the right hasn't slept for 9 years because he's worried about the old Me Too catching up with him.
Andrew Cuomo against sexual misconduct allegations. Fox News media analyst and host of Fox's Media Buzz.
Thank you.
Has the latest tonight, breaking just this hour. Good evening, Howard.
Yeah, Brett, good evening. That news coming just moments ago. CNN suspending its primetime host, its top-rated host.
Primeheim. Primehyman. Let's just hear Primehyman again. I have added to it, but that's what he meant.
News coming just moments ago. CNN suspending its primetime host, its top-rated host. A statement saying that newly released documents point to a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew. As a result, we have suspended Chris indefinitely, pending further evaluation. And this is a reference.
Fuck off. He's never coming back. It's over. See you later, Fredo. You've let the family down. I know it was you. Lovely. 1 second. Let me just skip through this a minute. We've got some more. Oh, here we go. So, you know, I was talking about the Fredo and Don Lemon. I mean, Don Lemon, worst journalist of the year, about 7 years running. Who used to make that content? I don't watch him anymore. Oh, damn. Hall. John. Is it John? John. What's his name? People who used to say that. Don Lemon, the worst journalist of the year. Oh, why don't I watch him anymore? Where did he go? What's the channel name, people? Prime Hyman was brilliant, wasn't it? What's his name? John Hall? Carl Hall? Peter Jones? Eric Simpleton, Lada Machuki, Slipnas Bakuka, bang bang. Oh, come on, someone. Yeah, John Wald. Is it John Wald? Yeah, he used to go Don Lemon, the worst journalist of the year. Fredo and Lemon, worst detective series ever. It wasn't Frank Boff. Do you remember the joke? What? Frank Boff's dead. You need to know Frank Boff is the double glazing advert he done and a few other things. John Wald, is he still going, Ian? Why have I Bernie Winters, schnorbits? I quite like Bernie Winters, you know, kind of comforting on a Sunday night. Yeah, what's happened to John Wald? Did he get yeeted or did I just move on without knowing it? Oh, maybe YouTube just unsubscribed me and done what they do. Allegedly. Right, so check this out. You get the loving. You get to see that CNN is just slowly going down the pan of history. It was Ted Maltstead. What a ridiculous mistake to make. Double bubble goodness, though, because nice to see you, Mick. I told you weren't banned. Yeah, it was Ted Maltstead. So when I said you not only need to know who Frank Boff is, you not only need to know the advert that it was in, you also need to know, like Mick does, that I was wrong about the bloke. So only Mick got that. But nice to see you in the chat, Mick, because I went through those bans about 20 times because I can't be banning unbannables. Nice one, Terry Venables. See, sounds similar. Don't worry, people. If you're new here, the show will start shortly. There you go. Fit the best Everest with Frank Boff. Ted Malt. It's Ted Malt. Here we go, people. You'll see the loving, and of course Tucker is always very good the way he presents his stuff. This will be the end of the Fredo dig, but it is certainly worth a watch. Here we go. An audio check will be handy. Hit it, Tucker.
So what happens to CNN without Chris Cuomo? Well, here is exclusive footage the show has just obtained of the Dwarf King and his minions. Can
you believe, after everything we've just been talking about the rise of the normies, about the great meme, the great midterm. There you go. I've named it. The great midterm meme war. Let me turn my brightness up. You might be able to see me. I know, it's just something for the ladies, people. Don't worry. The great midterm meme war. That's exactly where we are. And after all of that, yellow, I wrote a song for you. And it was all yellow. Don't worry, people. I'll sort that out. With the press of a button. There you go. That'll do. Lovely. After all that, Tucker opens up with a meme. The cheek of it. I'll take it back for context.
So what happens to CNN without Chris Cuomo? Well, here is exclusive footage the show has just obtained of the Dwarf King and his minions, including Don Lemon, putting Chris Cuomo in a shallow grave. Again, exclusive footage is hilarious.
On a prime time, the most popular news show in America. That's incredible. We've got exclusive footage. It's a fucking meme. This is happening, people. This is the phalanx gun of memes. On the same page, bless you, the grift has been shocking. It's made me shiver. On the same page says, I do not donate to creators who have atrocious grifts, especially when they make me go and look up how you spell atrocious. No, you're right to do that. Don't do it. And well done for helping out the grift and saying so. Nice one on the same page. I was thinking you'd probably donate to the grift a bit more if the content was different and the format was changed. That's the best local meme while we're on the subject. Nice one on the same page. Machano Capricci Tutti, of course. That's incredible. That is incredible. Exclusive footage. But you'll get to see a bit of the Lemon and Fredo loving for possibly for girlfriends on the phone. Don't worry, people. The show will start shortly. Hello, my love. Hello, my darling. You want me to turn the phone round? Show them you prancing around in the nut? No, I'm still making video. All right, I'll talk to you later, darling. Love you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye. Stop it. Apologies for the technical glitch we had there. I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, bollocks. Oh, I'll just let the roll VT.
These images just into our news department.
Hang on. There you go, for context.
Don Lemon putting Chris Cuomo in a shallow grave. Again, these images are just into our news department. Of course, no one is going to be hit harder by today's news than Cuomo's best on-air friend, Don Lemon. We'll probably never see moments like this again on national television.
Here we go, people. This is what I was looking for earlier. On the same page, all jokes aside, thank you very much. It's much really appreciated. Oh, good Lord. I bet it was amazing because she looked fantastic. 3 people were looking, everyone with a little bit of class obviously turned their eyes down. Alain Bastard says, the band Half Man, Half Biscuit recorded a track called Do You Ken Ted Malt on their second album. Oh, there you go. I never got past the first one. I knew the band. They were part of that kind of late 80s sort of indie thing, weren't they? I was a little bit more up the wedding present, really, at the time. Nice one, Alan. We'll continue because this is not going to be, you're not going to be blessed. And look, when you watch this clip, don't ask yourself why CNN are struggling to get a million. There's 300 million people in America. Well, if you include illegals, 900 million. But take away the kids, take away the people who can't see, take away the people who don't watch the news. It's pathetic still. It's pathetic. And you won't wonder why when you watch this. This is the kind of content excuse my English, cover your kids' ears. This is the kind of content these cunts put out, right? And they wonder why their channel's struggling. I wouldn't. I'd be like, it's because of that. Check it.
People have been asking me, what are you going to give Chris for Valentine's Day? And so here it is, Chris. I have a card for you.
Oh,
And there you go.
it's beautiful.
I knew you would think it was beautiful because you're surrounded.
You didn't want to put your face in here. Why? It wouldn't fit?
Because that would be like me loving myself. That's what you're about.
First of all, can we just, for the sake of Valentine's Day, can we stop this projection of where I am the one who's so into myself?
Looking at moments like that, you no longer really feel that sorry for Chris Cuomo.
And there you go. That's all you needed to see. It's ridiculous. And as oh, excuse me, people. Let me just. Oh Lord, I don't want to have to blow my nose on a fucking tea towel. Well, I do, but just not in public. There you go, people. I am only human after all. No, I am not. This is not real. Dangerfield is dead. I am a simulation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was weird. Yes, Jeff. And it happened on the regular. Because you know, once when the only content that you've got is lies, it dries up pretty quickly. If you've got a news show where you're talking about what's actually happening in the world, there's a lot to talk about. But when you're bullshitting, you dry up pretty quickly. And that kind of shit happens every night on CNN. Oh, how are you? What did you do at the weekend? And everyone's at home going. And when I say everyone, I mean about 300,000. It's ridiculous. Right. Okay, let's rely on it. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start in a minute. Lovely to see 170 people here. That's incredible. Over we got Jay's over there on Twitch. No doubt there's about 100 people there. Jay's, is it 100 or just the one? Let's rely on a bit of Paul Joseph Watson's content. It's a short video, but English people, including myself, who pay taxes in England, including myself. Where's your money going? Check this out. It's going to make you cough. And don't worry if the NHS say they can't afford to pay for your treatment. Don't worry if the old bill ain't got enough money. Don't worry if there's loads. Don't worry if the streets of London are lined with homeless veterans with drug problems. Oh, we ain't got enough money for it. Well, what have you got money for? Check it. Audio would be nice. Go.
Camden Council in London spent over £10,000 on replacing a zebra crossing with this trans flag crossing. Yeah, really. Someone filed a Freedom of Information Act request and got this back today. 10,464 quid to paint some colours on a road.
Now, before we move on from that, I looked into this, and the black and white zebra crossings are black and white for a reason, for a multitude of reasons. They didn't just one day go, just make it black and white. No, it was done for many different reasons. And because it's a road and you're crossing it and you need it to be obvious. It also has a cultural thing where we're familiar with it. And that includes guide dogs and horses. Now, when I first heard that, I was thinking, look, if the right are gonna score points, if the right are gonna win the great midterms meme war, yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying that and fire the phalanx guns of mimetic magic. It's essential that we stick to the facts. And PJW will go on here to talk about guide dogs and horses. And I was thinking, oh, come on, this is a bit shit. Oh, and then watch how the horses react to the trans crossing. It's fun, isn't it? Because trans kind of already means crossing in a way. Cross-dresser, trans crossing. What? Have you gone back to normal? I didn't mean normal. Ah, shit, I'm in all sorts of trouble. Help us out. Go.
Wasn't enough. There are 4 of them right next to each other.
So it's not 10,000, it's 40,000.
So did it actually cost 40 grand? 40 fucking grand. Who painted it? Banksy? Doesn't look like it took a great amount of talent. Where's the rest of the money gone? How many freezing homeless people in Camden could have been sheltered for 40 grand? The council deliberately ignored warnings that the crossings are dangerous to the blind, elderly and disabled people. Both guide dogs and police horses often...
All right, and so when he said that, I just explained to you. But check it. This is quite. This is evidence. I was shocked.
Get spooked by the bright colours.
Guide dogs were reportedly confused by the sight of traditional zebra pedestrian crossings repainted in colours that symbolise trans rights. There's one of them. Police horses are said to have been similarly discombobulated, been waiting all year to get that word away, by zebra crossings which are no longer in black and white. Quite difficult, isn't it? But in the colour.
That's actual. I was blown away by that. Napa Tandy, nice one for the lady Godiva. Mrs. Saw Monday chat. She's so happy. Said Chris feels like a friend. Thanks for the love, Scrubs. For people who don't know, Napa's missus has had another child. And congratulations to her. And it was lovely. We were all so happy because that's what it's about. You are excellent. Nice one, Mrs. Napa Tandy. And thank you, Napa, for dropping a Lady Godiva in. We might as well watch the rest of this. It's only about another minute. Thank you, Napa. And thank you, Mrs. Napa.
Of gay pride rainbows.
The Department of Transport also warned Camden Council that the woke daubings are not considered official road markings and therefore, quote, have no legal meaning. This is the same council that can't find money to fund safety improvements after the tragic deaths of cyclists. It could also cause serious accidents because some drivers just won't clock that it's a zebra crossing as people are trying to cross the road. But none of that matters because apparently, quote, celebrating transgender awareness is more important. So they're putting people's lives in danger, as well as making the lives of disabled people, people with learning difficulties, and the elderly more difficult, at a cost to the taxpayer of £10,000, if not £40,000. Money that could be sent on actual road safety measures that prevent real accidents. And all for what? To satiate the woke mob. Oh, but political correctness is just being nice to people. No, it isn't. And this is yet another example where it's actually dangerous and harmful to people. Yet more London boroughs will continue to be defaced while ordinary people are left confused, alienated and endangered.
Those horses are amazing. You have to sort of go, yeah, okay, I'll take that. Now, I wonder how long it will be until they get defaced. 1 day, 2 days? People don't like this shit. People have got nothing against trans people. People have got a lot against the trans lobby. People have got a lot about telling them what's real and what's not. People like to have their own decisions regarding reality. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be. They'll be spray painted over tonight. There'll be tins of paint poured all over them. I guarantee it. This next clip, don't worry, people. The show's going to start any minute now. This is from the News Junkies cartoons. The old Build Back Better, you know, the $4.5 trillion bill that no one's read. Even the people who wrote it haven't read it because they would have written a page each or something. It's ridiculous. Apparently, it's not going to cost anything, and he's still on it. Old Bo Jiden is still, he's been reprogrammed to say it again. I mean, look, I've been through the Mises angle on the problem with the value of resources without a free market. It pulls the rug out of the communist economic system. that is, and I'm being very generous with economic system there, but he's still going on about it. This $4.5 trillion Build Back Better, which is such a beta version of Make America Great Again. No, no one's going to pay more taxes. No, that's not going to happen. Are you sure? Check it. This is from the News Junkies cartoons. Good channel, definitely worth subscribing. Here we go. An audio check would be lovely.
Over the next several weeks, I'm going to be traveling all over the country. And
he had to tell people because no one will be there to see him.
So will Vice President Harris and my cabinet and folks.
You'll know that Vice President Harris will be there because you'll be able to hear her cackling from about 5 miles away.
I'm going to be traveling all over the country. And so...
Hang on a minute. I've got to get that one. Where is it? Bollocks, I've lost it. 1 second. Tim Harrison says, please. No, that ain't the one I wanted. Where's the one you said that was better than that, Tim? Bollocks. I bet it's miles away now because you lot are on fire. Hang on, where is it? It's worth waiting for, people. Hang on. Oh, basically, Tim said that those horses are going to get a visit from Prevent. Good call, Tim. Anyway, carry on, Biden. What were you lying about?
Over the next several weeks, I'm going to be traveling all over the country. And so will Vice President Harris and my cabinet and folks throughout our administration to show how these investments are going to change your lives.
End of quote.
Change lives for the better. Now we're finally doing something about it. No more talking. They've done not a single thing since then to improve it. It's good.
It's so frightening when he does that. It's a bit of your old Marco Pierre White, isn't it?
And now it costs $1,000.
Nice one, Grego. Oh, I'm really tickled today. Fair play to you lot. I love streaming. I love you lot. Bless you all. But today, I don't know why. I mean, because there's so much excellent stuff happening. I'm so firing the phalanx cannon. That's brilliant. Is that a great Jill top? It's fucking disgusting. It's a proper school tie. It really is. Anyway, I'll take it back for context. That's it. What? You know, like Tony Blair's people told him to go like that a lot. They told him to go like that, didn't they? Do you remember Blair? We will be bringing millions of people into your country, your communities, to rub diversity in the faces of the right. It was so obviously choreographed, and then it just got stuck in his head. And it was just like, bullshit, Mr. Handman. And this is the same that's happened with Biden. They've said to him, look, every now and again, when you see 4 asterisks on the teleprompter, lean forward and whisper. He doesn't even do it at moments that need the gravitas. It's just like, I am here today. It's ridiculous. Anyway, carry on, Gripper Stebson.
Finally doing something about it. No more talking. They've done not a single thing since then to improve it. It's good. And now it costs $1,000 a month. 17 Nobel laureates, 17, 3 weeks ago spontaneously sent me a letter. It can't be because it would add to the deficit, because it reduces the deficit over the long term. It can't be because it's fiscally responsible.
It reduces the deficit. I mean, just really, your $4.5 trillion build back better bullshit is going to reduce the deficit. That long term, what is that, like a couple of 100 years, sort of like post-apocalyptic, when there's no deficit? That'll be when it's reduced it, because there'll be no one alive. There'll be people scraping around looking for prepper caves underground to get some dry food out of.
Because it's fully paid for.
Hey!
Fully paid for.
Yay!
No one.
Hey, it's fully paid for. Now, if someone came to me and said, I've got $4.5 trillion this is going to cost, and someone said, it's done. It's done. It's paid for. I'd be like, oh, ow. And they'd go, you don't need to know that yet. The post-apocalyptic, the end of America's paying for it. America's paying for it. The United States of gone will be paying for it.
It's fully paid for. Fully paid for. No one earning less than $400,000 a year will pay a single penny more in federal taxes.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, you need to cough there, son. Yeah, what a surprise.
I'm a capitalist.
Look at the amount of people not queuing up to talk to him. Fuck me, the grey suit mob on that. Just have a look, people. Just give yourself a couple of seconds. Have a look at that man there, the state of him. The President of the United States of America. Look, one of his fucking advisors is grabbing a selfie with his forehead.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.
Exactly, Colt. The most popular president ever. 80 million completely legitimate votes they pulled out from under the photocopier. The greatest threat is now equine transphobia. Blow Jiden. William says they're wearing masks around him because he shit his pants. Apparently he farted in front of someone as well recently. So strong and presidential. It's just a tower of strength. You look at him and you think, yes, this is what we need. Yeah, this frail, mental, old, dead. He's dead. I'm calling it now. He's already dead. He's not masked up so he can sniff better. There's another clip going around the internet where some young bird, and obviously young to Bo Jiden is anything under 110. She goes, it's our pleasure to welcome the President of the United States to our school, and please give him a round of applause. And he's staring at her like this, going, and he's dribbling, like honestly, just staring at her, going. Even when she walks off, you can see his head go down. He's checking out her ass, going. And then when he gets on the microphone, he goes, wow. Wow. Hello, AZ. Nice to see you. It certainly is. But as I said yesterday, the seeds of the destruction of the current administration are within the current administration. The overreach is incredible. They're trying to destroy the place. China and the neo-Soviets are absolutely minted. The American communists are trying to destroy America in the short time they've got. The American people know it. This is the rise of the normies. The midterms are going to be incredible. So chill for the moment. Is that an answer to all our problems? No, of course not. Is it an answer to some very significant problems? Yes, it is. Because if China and the neo-Soviets get too strong, well, then you'll know about problems. Trust me. Yaffle's on the firm. Dangerfield, you're going to watch Farage and Trump in GB News tonight at 7 p.m. Well, that's 2 a.m. my time, and I want to get this new Substack story out. People, if you like reading stories, go on. If you like reading true stories, I've got a Substack. There's 12 or 14 stories in the archive. Link in the description. I'll never monetize it. And the new story that I'll probably be writing tonight and finishing, it's only a short one, a couple of thousand words, that'll be emailed to you if you sign up. Do us a favor. If you want to help this channel, that's a way you can help it by signing up to my Substack. Link in the description. It will take you 20 seconds. And the stories that are there are very good. Loads of people have read them. Loads of cracking comments. Loads of likes. Oh, yeah, there's likes on Substack. Weird, isn't it? Not like YouTube anymore. Lovely to see you, Yaffle. Hope you're doing all right, mate. I probably will watch that. Once the stream started and then the stream's finished, I'll pop it in my automatic electronic diary system phone, and it will remind me. So nice one, Sniffer. Good to see you though, Yaff. Hope you're all right, mate. Right, where are we? Let me check me entropy, and what good timing it was to check my This is just a little scat break, not that scat. That would be ridiculous. I didn't want to say Riddick Bowe because I can't remember even who it is. Is he something? The bloke with the eyes? Anyway, I managed to gibber my way through that little bit of background work. Look at this from Gregorian Chanter. He dropped £3 into the grift. He said, search LGBT traffic lights, Trafalgar Square. They've been there for years. Oh, my days. Oh, good Lord. Well, I lived there for about 15 years. I never fucking saw them. Oh, they sneaked those in, Grego. Good call. Good call. Thank you, Grego. Machano Capruscitati. ER people, have a look at this. I never knew this. Did anyone else know about this? Grego, when did you know about this? That sounded very accusatory. Oh, wait, Grego, when did you know? Why haven't you told me before? Look at this, people. Wow. I never look at the lights anyway. I just use the force. Cars tend to stop when you've got a sleeping bag over your shoulder. Look at this. Look, you weren't joking. Look at that. Gay friendly. I mean, what an insult to gays. Gay friendly. Oi, I'm gay, and those traffic lights are not very friendly. Fuck me. Look at this. Look. Oh, look. Oh, there's a little heart in it. Can you imagine? Imagine being gay. I'd be like, fuck off. Stop it. That is incredible. Gay-friendly traffic lights. I'd have thought gay-friendly traffic lights would have been red to stop, amber to nearly go, and green to go. You know, like the rest of traffic lights. Well, you know, it's always good that the Allies absolutely ridicule the people they pretend to give a fuck about. Absolute madness. I don't know why I've got this in here. I don't think you're really interested in seeing Dr. Joseph Cipriano treat a severely curved spine. Where's my toxic masculinity gone? Oh, here it is. Hang on. I've got a street beefs as well. I've got 2 toxic masculinities. Don't worry, people. The show will start shortly. I think we might have seen during my tired period, we might have already seen this one. So if someone can let me know, but it's a cracking little scrap. It is Blackie Chan, and I know that I do know that we saw another Blackie Chan fight, but this is quite the scrap. Let me know. Leon says, I'm gay and I hate, well, you said hat, but you meant hate all that. Yeah, of course. It's so insulting. It's so, oi, you like sleeping with people of the same sex. We've changed the traffic lights for you. Thanks. Nice one. Right, check this out, people. Let me know if you've seen it before. But I know we have seen a Blackie Chan fight before. I know that much. I was that aware. But more perhaps than if we've seen it before. Let me know if you don't want to see it again. We join it in the first round. It's quite long, but it's quite a scrap. So let me know. Look at that. Wolfie says, mate, I live in a gay town. It's surprisingly not as left as it's painted. Oh, mate, all the gays in Soho are well on the right. They're well on the right. Ivan Masso, I mean, for fuck's sake. I totally agree with that. It's a bullshit. It's not gays. It's not even trans people. It's the fucking allies. It's the lobbyists. Anyway, this is Blackie Chan fighting Mayhem. We might have seen it before, but it's a cracking little scrap. Here we go.
Scarface's new channel, Scarface Street Stories, and follow your boy on all platforms. In this corner, we got Mayhem, 0-1. And in this corner, we got fan favorite. You might have seen him on Hard to Hurt, Blackie Chan, 4-0.
So if you don't know that, the other geezer, Mayhem, he's won 1 and lost 1. Blackie Chan has won 4 and lost none.
Good luck, fellas.
Thanks on the audio.
It's a 7-touch gloves. We went over the rules. You guys have any questions? All right, back. You ready? You ready? Back corner. Let's go. Get up.
Blackie Chan is amazing. ST911's putting the money on Blackie Chan. Interesting. Deadly Ratter says, Danger, you ever watch BKFC? Sanctioned Bear. Yeah, I've watched all of them. Literally all of them. Okay. Talking of homosexuality, this is our toxic masculinity section. Oh, he caught him with an elbow there, though. I'll fast forward this bit because the ground game isn't great, to be honest with you, and they get it off the floor in no time, really. Yeah, he just holds his hands in there and the ref stops it. Here we go.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, let's have that again.
5, 4, 3.
What a combination, though. The kick to the side and then a punch in the head. Well, I mean, just incredible. Let's see that again. It's just brilliant. You don't see a lot of combinations in these street beefs. Why? Because they're not fighters.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Fighter ready.
Let's go. Chan, don't know where he is. Oh, head kick.
Oh, get up, man.
Now, a couple of people in the chat have said that's not homoerotic at all, and I'll tell you what, I actually don't agree with that comment. I've heard that a lot. Like, you know, people play rugby and that, and people say, oh, you know, these men do like touching each other and all that, and I don't buy that. Actually, I think it's a superficial analysis. It's barely an analysis. I don't think men have making physical content. Fucking hell. Maybe I do. I don't think men making physical contact makes you gay. I think that's a ridiculous thing to say, especially when that contact is to knock them out cold. I'm not buying that. There's a long way from punching someone, from trying to strangle them out and fucking them. I just don't buy that. I think it's a dangerous thing to say as well, and I think it damages a lot of different groups of people.
Get up, get up, get up! Get up, up! Get up! There you go! Hey, slow it down!
Solid fight, though. Oh, he just got away from that elbow. Again, the ground game goes on for a bit too long here to worth watching. Oh! Moslab loves that sound. Should we have it again for Moslab? I think it's fair enough to say that at this moment, Blackie Chan doesn't really know what planet he's on.
Wow. Get up! Hold them down! Hold them down! Don't let them take you down!
He's just having a rest here. He's just taking a break. Look at the weight on him. Absolutely exhausting. There's nothing in those punches. We'll lose the ground game. Goes on a bit.
Turn around, baby.
Here we go. Final round, people. Boom.
Keep it standing. Keep it standing.
Oh!
Get up, get up, get up, man.
Oh! Oh, it's all over. Dropping bombs. Boom, that's the one. It's over. Stop the fight. Christ almighty. There you go, people. And that was today's toxic masculinity. What a thing. Now, we've got another. The show. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start. It would appear, according to my phone, that 2 people have signed up to my Substack. If a few more of you could, that would make my day. Link in the description. You get to read stories, true stories from the grotty, greasy underbelly of my existence. They're fucking great. Really. What have you got to lose? If you sign up, you don't have to read any of the ones in the archive. You just put your email in. You're going to get a new story almost certainly tonight. 1.5 kilos of Durban poison in the glove compartment. Dustbin bag full of magic mushrooms and about 200 coppers. That's the spoiler you're going to get. True story. You don't want to miss that. Surely you don't want to miss that. Now, again, I think we've watched this before. This is from a channel called I Did a Thing. It's like a poor man's I make stuff made here. And we've often heard about vacuum cleaners being able to pull a child's eye out. Well, he tried it. And I think we've seen this before, but it's a good one. He tried it. He got a pig's head. And he made a contraption, much like a Hoover, to see if he could pull a pig's eye out. Now, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian or you don't want to see a dead pig's head, this is probably not your cup of tea. But it's fucking vulgar. It's absolutely disgusting. If you're eating, perhaps. Here we go.
And if you have any other stupid ideas that you want me to try out, tell me.
So like I said, the channel's called I Did a Thing. He's an Australian fella. It's a cracking channel, I have to say.
On Twitter, Discord, or in the comments down below. But maybe something not gross. Can you suggest something nice, like can IDAT go down to the beach and buy some fish and chips and have a nice day? I would like that. Alrighty, so the acrylic tube does this to my hand, so I reckon it's got a good chance.
Oh my days.
Try this a bit.
Mr. MF covering screen. Anglo nose.
What the? Oh, my God.
And this is absolutely
Well,
disgusting.
You've seen enough, and unsurprisingly, Butcher in the House, Anglo-Saxon, said, suck a pig's eye out, I doubt it. And it didn't. It didn't do it. So that's amazing that you know that. And yeah, I didn't show you too much of it. And Moslab says, meat doesn't come from the meat fairy. It's an absolute fair point. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start very shortly. I don't know what happened to the Griff today. I thought this was one of the best streams on the internet, to be honest with you. But it's all right. I'll take it. I'll get on with the rest of my day. Just considering the amount of energy I put into. I've had an absolute blast, but the show's going to start shortly, so don't go anywhere yet. What's happening here? What's happening here? Okay, that'll do. Bing, bang, bosh. Listen, I'd like to thank Moslab and Rags for looking after the place as they do. I'd like to thank everyone who donated. I'd like to thank all of you lot in the chat for being absolutely amazing. The quality of your content, the quality of what you're saying, the way you engage with what I'm saying, the way you often disagree with me. It's all great. Scrubs are brilliant. Please sign up to my Substack. There will be a stream later. About 4 o'clock, maybe R3, maybe R4. You can sign up to my Telegram if you want notifications. If YouTube aren't sending them to you, link to my Telegram in the description. Sign up to my Substack. There will be a stream later. I'm now going to get a day's work done. I'll be putting your comments on the screen as we play out with the music. Look after yourselves, people. It's been an absolute cracker. Ta-da! Praise the rise of the normies. Get your phalanx meme cannons a-firing. Yes! Point, Anglo-Saxon. Thank you, mate.
Tell your daddy you're fighting good. Feel the glory he said you would. Tell your mama you're coming.
Hello, face camp top right. We're all over on YouTube, mate. Nice to see you, though. You got Jay's in there. Cold hard steel. Oh, Lord.
Feel the dawn of your final day. Feel the fear and go anyway. Get a ride in that big black plane. Kill the conscience along your brain.
And you realize it's told when you feel the enemy's cold hard steel. Oh, Lord.
'Cause the wheels already been rolled when you feel the enemy's cold hard steel. Oh, Lord.
Solo. Yeah. Yes to that too.
Do whatever they tell me to.
Do whatever they tell me to.
Tell yourself it ain't really you.
Meme war starts here, Scrubs. Nice one, Zeitgeist. Appreciate it, mate.
You'll be murdering someone's son.
And you, Moslab. Cheers, mate.
Realize you've been sold when you feel the enemy's
Cold hard steel. Oh, Lord.
'Cause the wheels already been rolled when you feel
Face melter.
the enemy's cold hard steel.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, you'll realize you've been sold.
Nice one, Hayden. Last donation wins. Oh, my days. I think you got about 30 seconds. Cheers, Hayden. Appreciate the attempt there. I think you're the winner. Nice one, everyone. Solo. See you later, Lumi, you bastard. Yeah, nice one, Infamous T. Really good to see you. They're the best ones. I feel like that when I'm reading your fantasy, Lumi. And Chrissy wins it at the last minute. What a cheeky little Chrissy. Oh, those. Oh, Chrissy, I thought you nabbed it and Zeitgeist. Thank you, Zeitgeist. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you, Hayden. That was very kind of you. He loves the sound of the vibrato in the morning. Sherbob said tune. Lumi said git. It was a good one, though, wasn't it? Go on, you bowl them hard batter. It wasn't, though, Chrissy. It was that one. I am deliberately talking a lot, Chrissy, to give you that extra little... There you go. Why are elves in favour of open borders forever except the North Pole? Lord knows what that means, but it's a nice comment. Hayden wins. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to cause any more problems. See you later, everyone. Have a nice day. I'll see you at about between 3:30 and 4:30. It will start. Nice one, Napper. Look after yourself. Nice one, Joel. Take care, people. Nice one, Wolfie. Nice one, Crow. I got to go. There you go. I don't know what to say. I've got a hide current comment. Yeah, I'll see you all later. Thanks for being brilliant. Yeah, I think that works. Let me just check no one's got one in entropy at the last minute. Nope, the winner was Hayden. Ta-da!